Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Kamen Rider Saber, you guys. And here we are, almost at the end of the series. I can just already tell I'm going to be a mess the rest of the series because they are just really ramping things up in terms of not just the action and the story, but also the emotion and kind of bringing about the culmination of everything that we've built up throughout this series with these characters that we now love, with the plot, with everything. So, yeah, guys, I'm definitely going to be getting major feels, I think, for the next few episodes. So if you're joining me early today, you already know what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. And if you are joining me on YouTube today, I would really love it if you could please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So, yeah, guys, I'm just going to be, I feel like, kind of an emotional mess. Especially as I can already tell, they're really teasing it like, this is the end, guys. Like, we could take out anyone we wanted now. And many of you rushed to my aid after the last episode to make sure that I knew that Daishinji is probably fine. There's a lot of signs that point to the fact that, like, that was really not a solid death. If he's going to die, that's most likely not the scene where he dies. But I just really feel like with this many secondary riders, not to quote O's, but anything goes. I know Ogami, people have been saying for a while now, like, Ogami is as good as gone. And I really hope that's not true. I really hope that everyone just makes it out fine. But something tells me we're not going to be that lucky. I don't know. I really hope I'm wrong. You know, one thing that I've really loved about the show is that it's not predictable. So maybe they're just going to, like, do no deaths or, like, fake out deaths or anything at the end of the series. Who knows? Maybe they will prove me wrong. But it was a great episode. We had just a lot of really good stuff. Some cameos from Zeus and Legiel. Now in their, you know, returned back to their original form. I guess Luna just brought them about just to try and convince Storius, and Storius is like, oh no, I'm sorry, didn't you know, like, I've been nuts this whole time, like, I've been like a kind of like wanting to take over the world psycho, like, that's not something that happened, like, that wasn't a corruption, like, I've always been corrupted. And it's like, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I think there's definitely a good chance, perhaps. I don't know if he'll... it would be really something if he's just, like, last minute got redeemed. But then, like, it's too late. Whatever he's done is already set in motion. And, like, it looks like Touma has to sacrifice himself or something. But then, like, the power of friendship brings Touma back. That's my prediction for the end of the series. I don't know. I could see it going that way. I could definitely see it going that way. You know, we have this kind of high stake feeling over us that, like, if all this goes well, like, if it goes well, that means that Touma is going to be separated from our world. So, like, that's the best case scenario. So there's still all that to deal with as well. Not just, like, obviously all the stuff at hand, but, Sophia's caliber was great. I was really happy to see that. May is rushing in to save the day. I have no idea what that has anything to do with. Someone brought it to my attention that, we could see the enamel pins in play, and I have to say, I am so all about the enamel pin save the day plan. The pin plan. Try saying that 10 times fast. I guarantee you can't. But yeah, guys. May has some... I'm still holding out hope for Kamen Rider May. Who's with me? We got Kamen Rider Sophia. The only one we really don't have yet is Kamen Rider Luna. Well, I guess if you want to think of Sophia as being kind of, sort of Luna. Not exactly, but all right, guys. I'm just like, I'm excited, I'm scared. I'm just gonna enjoy every second because, you know, I'm sad that this is some of our last minutes with Kamen Rider Saber. I'm excited for Revis. I will be reacting to Revis if I haven't said that already. But I don't want to lose Saber either. You know the feeling. If you've been through a series like this, you know that feeling of like, but this is in my heart now, and it'll always be right in here. That's the nice thing. It'll always be right. I learned that with Doctor Who. Like, they're never really gone. They're in here. Alright, guys. Let's jump right in. Next to last episode, I think. And then there's a special of Kamen Rider Saber. Let's go. Okay, that's fine, Show. If you want to play me that way, that's fine. You want to twist the knife a little bit? That's cool. Alright, guys. I just want to cry over everything that happened in this episode. If I had to put money down, I'd say Ogami and Daishinji are probably alright. Especially now that Yuuri showed up to try and heal them. Yuri's vanishing, but he probably has enough juice left to maybe at least get them to, like, the point where they're breathing if they were that badly hurt. It was unclear to me how badly they were hurt. Like, they were just like, they could have been more like passed out. Guys, I think the brother-sister combo here, I think, is done. I think they're straight up dead. Which is really, really sad. And their death scene really got me. I have to say, if there was one redeeming factor about it, probably be that at least they went out together. I don't think either one of them would want to have to watch the other die and then survive the other one, you know what I mean? They were so close. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope there's just a big old reset button, everyone comes back, and they're totally fine. I've seen it in anime, I've seen it in... I've seen similar stuff in Kamen Rider. I've seen them, like, kill people and then bring them back at the last minute in Kamen Rider. But, yeah. Ogami and Daishinji were bosses. Reika and her brother were bosses. Touma. I can't go on enough about how amazing this actor is. Touma's actor. That speech was great. And so that's what this is all about. Storius is mad that, like, all of his creativity didn't matter, supposedly. Because it didn't, like, it wasn't some great thing that he came up with on his own. It was all, like, predetermined. Even if it was, though, let's straight up say, like, none of anyone's choices matter. Everything is all written in this book, blah, blah, blah. The effect that your creativity has on others, the effect that it has on you, like, your imagination and the way that makes you feel, the places like, that's not, all that's not made up. And, like, it went through you, you know what I mean? Like, that's still a really cool thing, you know? If this book can, like, control everything and has foretold all that's going to happen, like, it's still really cool that all of those ideas, even if they weren't, like, 1,000% original, they still went through you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me, like, that's kind of, that means something, you know? I don't know if I'm just ranting like a lunatic because I'm upset. That's very possible. But I know a lot of you guys out there are creatives. Maybe you can relate or shed some light on this, you know? So, and it couldn't matter where the hell of beans to Touma. He's like, I don't care if this was all, like, it's not an ego thing for Touma. It's in here. It's what those stories did for his life and his relationships. He made friendships lifelong lasting friendships over those stories. He made people happy with his stories. You know, there's more to it than just, you know, who can take the credit for it, you know? All right, guys. I see that they're ready to throw anything at me here, having possibly taken already a few people out here, and ending the episode with throwing Touma down a hole. I see the stakes that we're up against now. I acknowledge it. I think it's going to be a very impactful, emotional last episode. I know there is one episode like after next episode, but I think it's more or less like a special is what I'm hearing. Could be wrong. I could be wrong in remembering what somebody told me. I'm not saying they're wrong. I could be remembering it wrong. It's been an amazing journey, guys. I've really, really, really enjoyed Saber. It's just, it was very, very fun and whimsical and original. I fell in love with all the characters. We still got May's plan, guys. I think May's plan is to put out a beacon to the world and say, all of these stories are about to go away. If you care, if you don't want the concept of imagination and everything like that to go away, then I need you all to like send your energy to Touma or something along those lines. Or come up with a story right now. If everyone in the world came up with a story, doesn't have to be a good story, doesn't have to be like no one needs to reinvent the wheel, but if everyone at once was using their imagination, I bet even Storius couldn't destroy that. Maybe that's the plan. Also, it could involve enamel pins. And Kamen Rider May. Alright, guys. This is the ramblings of a very sad, emotional, hungry person right now. So I'm going to wrap it up. I cannot wait for the finale. Please join me there. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me today. I thought that episode was fantastic. I was just like on the verge of tears the whole episode, and I think the next one will be the same. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please help me. I need you. Be sure to join me next time. We will watch it, get through it, all of the above, together. Bye for now, guys.